Welcome back to Ithacan OT. I'm your host, Alliey Magistro, and today I'm here with two athletes from Ithaca men's lacrosse.
Hello, my name is Kyle Proctor. I am a senior captain, and I play attack.
I'm Tim Rogers. I'm a junior, and I'm an attackman.
Okay, so the first question is for both of you. Can you describe your role on the offense and how you contribute to the team's overall strategy?
My role as an attackman, specifically behind the cage, is to kind of facilitate the offense and make sure everything's in motion the way we want it to go.
Yeah, I think Kyle covered a lot of it. We have a lot of guys that can score, a lot of guys that can make plays, so we don't need one guy to go to the net every time. So try to keep the ball moving, spread it throughout the offense.
What do you consider your biggest strength on the field, and how does it help your offense?
I think that my biggest strengths on offense are some of my decision making, my vision, and my passing specifically, and maybe some leadership, being able to calm people down or get people going a little bit extra when we need more from people.
Yeah, I think for me, probably be my shot. It can extend the field for our offense by being able to shoot from far out, and also just trying to be a leader out there, trying to know where people are supposed to go so I can kind of direct traffic.
How do you approach a game mentally, especially when it comes to preparing for a tougher defense?
Regardless of who we play, I try to prepare the same way, respect every opponent we play. I think our conference and our schedule is one of the tougher schedules you see throughout the country. So going into every game, respecting everyone allows me to have a mindset that is hopefully going to help the team win.
I think the best way to prepare is to feel fully prepared for a game. So just being fully prepared and being confident that we put in all the work and put the hay in the barn before the game.
How do you balance individual performance with team dynamics, particularly when running plays and setting up scoring opportunities?
For me personally, just staying patient within the offense and knowing that, I don't need to do anything special to help the team, that if we play the offense the right way and I do my 1-6 out there, then the points will come and the offense will get flowing and we'll win those games.
Exactly what Kyle said. I think when we're out there, we try to work as a team rather than individually. Someone scoring is just as good as you scoring. That's kind of the mindset that Coach Pierce has instilled in us. When someone scores, we all score. It's not just an individual effort.
So what's your thought process when you get the ball in a critical moment during a game?
We really emphasize no hero ball. No one's got to be the guy that takes the last shot regardless of the play. So I think we look for everyone, and whenever I have the ball with a minute left, looking to find the guy who's going to make the right play.
In those critical moments, you want to make sure you're making the right decision and making the right play because the whole team is going to feel the result of those decisions. But coming up on my senior season, these are the times where I'd really like to rise to the big moments and make sure that we're not afraid to meet those moments and take those shots at the end of games, and knowing that no matter what happens, we did everything that we could.
So my last question for the both of you, what makes your offensive unit click, and what do you think distinguishes your team's offense from others in the Liberty League?
I think so far what makes our offense click is that 1-6 mentality, just doing your individual part and making sure that you're on the right part of the field at the right time. I think Coach Pierce does a really, really good job of keeping us in check. His mentality is that we don't want to wait for a loss to make those fixes in our offense. Even with great wins, there's a lot to learn.
Yeah, same thing Kyle was saying. I think we've had a lot of guys step up, make that freshman to sophomore jump. We got 3 sophomores on the offensive side: Ethan Adrid, Lucas Proctor, Jack Giacuzzi, who are starting to contribute a lot more than they did freshman year. And when people make jumps like that, I think it motivates the entire offense, and it's been good to see those guys step into their full potential.
Kyle, as a captain, how do you balance being a leader and maintaining your strong relationships with your teammates?
You do have to find that line of holding people accountable while still keeping people engaged. You don't want to be a dictator and kind of make people feel that you're telling them what to do. Obviously, these are my best friends, and I want everybody to be happy, but that's kind of a decision you make when you try to be captain, is to kind of put everybody in the best position to be successful, and the rest of the team buys in, so it really doesn't make my job too hard. And when we all have the same goal, you don't really have to differentiate from being a captain, a leader, and a teammate and a friend.
So last year, Tim had a season-ending injury, so how did you stay involved with the team last season despite not being able to play, and what role did you take on during that time?
I think our team really embraced the mentality of like everyone has a role on the team regardless of what you're doing. Last year, it sucked not being able to play. Like, had teammates that lifted me up and helped me get through that time. But, just filling up waters and like always having a word for someone when they mess up, trying to like bring my teammates up. Like, that's something that I really tried to do last year. And now you see it with guys that are injured this year. They're kind of following in that footstep. Like, everyone really has a role on this team regardless if you're not playing, you're injured. So I think that's like something that we've done really well as a team culture.
So back to you, Kyle. What does being the captain mean to you, and how has your leadership style evolved over the years from when you were a freshman to now?
My captainship, I think, means everything to me. This is something that, I've dreamed of since I got here, and I think I'm following in footsteps of, a lot of really great leaders before me. My leadership, I think, has changed a lot over the years. I think that, I don't think I've changed kind of my mentality about who I want to be on the field. I've always kind of been like the vocal person, but throughout the years I've realized that, you need to walk the walk and really do all the right things before you can lead other people down the right direction as well. So I think I've just been kind of trying to refocus and make sure that I'm doing all the right things before trying to get other people to follow me down that path as well.
So, Tim, your last question. What are your goals for this season since you're a key part of the offense?
I just want to make the playoffs, and then from there, like, win a championship. I think Coach Pierce and Coach Varn have done a great job of like instilling a mindset of like it's the next day that matters rather than like looking ahead. We set out goals like as a team to make the playoffs, something we haven't done in a while. Make those playoffs and win that championship is definitely the goal. But I think for a team mindset, like next goal right now would be to have a good practice today.
Thank you guys for sitting down with me today. Very appreciate you both being here. This has been Ithacan OT, and I'm your host, Alliey Magistro.